Right. Now, this is the garden. Now it's terrible, I'll tell you that now, because we've had April all dry, no rain at all, and we've had May that never stopped raining, plus I've been in my office for literally, I don't know, months. It seems like. Is this focused? I haven't got my glass on, I can hardly see. So anyway, then I decided last month to rip down some fence panels because I don't really like them, and then I found out that you couldn't really get rid of them, so now I'm gonna, well, Jeff is, chop them up. I'm filming. Chop them up and let Lisa burn them. I'm just showing my garden. Oh my god. Oh my god. Right. So I don't think this has looked like this in years. This is what's happened, Jeff. Look at it.
What's that?
Look at it. It's like a meadow.
We'll turn it around.
Isn't it? It's like a meadow. Oh my god. So anyway, here's this wisteria that I kept saying about that's finally, I've never had a flower on it yet. I've had it nearly for about 4 years now. It's been growing for about 4 years. I don't know, as they say, it can take up to 10 years to flower. I wish it'd hurry up. Anyway, there's my honeysuckle. No, is it honeysuckle? Yeah. Now look at this. I've got to be careful where I walk. I mean, there's all roses in there, there's clematis in there, there's all loads of different stuff in there. Peonies. So once it all comes out, and in here, because I love dahlias, my favourite flowers, there's loads, but I've got a squirrel that keeps going and digging up my bulbs. I don't know what there's going to happen this year with them, but they've been beautiful up till now. And then, and here's my little, I don't know if you can see this, my little reading area, little garden room. Maybe I should do it that way. Love is all you need. So this is the first time actually this year that we've, do you know what, I can just see up there, can you see that? I think I've got a little hive being built in here. Jeff! Look at that, I hate wasps. I think we've got a little hive being built in here.
What?
A little hive.
Hive?
Look at this, tiny, come and look. I can focus, there's actually a bloody wasp in it. Bloody wasps. Look at that. We need to get rid of it.
Yeah, they're building a hive.
Yeah, well.
To start off.
Look at this. Look, little one. It's even in there, building it. I'm filming it. Look. Up on the ceiling.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh.
So that's got to go. Sorry, you're going. Jeff, that's your job. I'm scared.
I bet you volunteer for best jobs.
Because it's in there, isn't it? How'd they get in?
You know about that.
Do you know what as well? I think it's a wasp. It's not a bee.
It's not a bit, it's a wasp.
That's
Do they
okay.
build hives?
Well, it's I would say it's a nest rather than a hive. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Right,
sure it's
well
a
Jeff will
wasp.
be getting rid of that.
Okay.
So you like my holiday on top of the world? then?
Yes. Now, I am filming, so do you mind? No, because you can say it, but do you mind being on it? That's what I'm saying. No, that's good.
No.
So, because I wanted to ask you where you went.
It was Westbrook, which is an area of Margate.
It's lovely though. I love the apartment. I couldn't believe it.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So I'm going to show them on this. This is why I wanted to see where it was.
Yeah.
And you had it for a week.
Yeah, Monday to Friday.
Nice.
So it's an Airbnb.
Yeah.
And it was sort of like a walk, just a walk along the beach from Margate. I mean, you'd call it Margate, but those who actually live there
Call it.
would say, you know, it's Westbrook rather than Margate.
Yeah, it looked lovely.
And it was quieter than Margate. Not that Margate was busy. It was sad, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was really sad. That
This is why I wanted to put it on, to say, like,
Yeah.
if you're locals or you're going away, stay local, stay
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
England, support
Yeah.
people. So
and try and support the sort of the independent businesses rather
Yeah.
than
The big ones.
Wetherspoons
You can,
and,
yeah.
you know, and stuff. But I mean, I chose it because of the view.
It's fantastic. I'd go.
Unbelievable.
I said to him,
Unbelievable.
I loved it. So it is good. But I think, yeah, we have to sort of make sure that we put a good message out there and like support people in this pandemic, or else there's going to be nothing left. Our town, Friday night, was dead. Really.
Oh dear.
Hi, Rob.
Going. Oh, all right, love. All right. I'll just go and say goodbye.
All right.
I'm in the meadow.
It's just, look at it. Have you ever seen it like this?
No.
I can't believe it. It's just, I don't know what's happened to it.
It's that sun and rain, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that month of
What
rain.
it's like, Christy, it's like an old person's home.
Yeah.
You look at it over and you go, oh, I better go and
Yeah.
help the old lady.
That's because I haven't come out of my office, have I, in a month? That's what it is. I haven't. Plus, how could we with the rain?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
Right then, no, right.
I shall be back in a little while.
King's Cross.
This lawnmower goes up 4 levels. I love it. Thank God, I've never actually used any of the other levels, but this time I've raised it up to level 3. But look, it's doing it. It's doing it. And then when you're finished breaking them up, you can do the edges with a strimmer. But yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Actually, easier than I thought. Should be filming the next case, the nanny killer, but the garden couldn't wait any longer, could it? Plus, the sun's out. So, see you in a minute. Right. So because I don't like fences, not great for the environment, and they're old, about 9 years old, aren't they, Jeff?
Yeah, you like that.
So,
They're like me. Young at the time.
young at heart. They're still good though, because it's taken ages to take them apart. So he's taking them apart. And I don't know what I'm going to do now with the vents up there, but we'll see. But this is our, what we call loggery. I don't know if you can see in there. We've got loads of logs. And next door's got a pond. And in the evening times, you can hear all the frogs. So they're there in the day, in the evening, and then over here in the day. So there's loads of frogs in there somewhere. So it's getting there, but it needs, you know, because we haven't been out here in what, how long? Well, since
Another chance with weather.
we haven't had a chance really this year. So it's getting there. Let me just show you up here while I've got the camera up before I'm having a break from cutting my grass. I love these little miniature willows, I love them. And these in here, when they come out, which I'll show you later on in the year when they're out, they're like, I think they're called emperor lilies, these ones, and they grow probably 3-4 foot. So I've got some of them. In here, usually these are, by the summer, they're absolutely full. And I've got loads of different stuff in there, but mainly dahlias grow, and they're massive. We've got all different colour ones of them. My apple trees. Now this is the area that, if anyone's got any insight in what I should do, I've dug it all up. I should have filmed that the other month. Dug it all up, and I've lined it. This is my fireplace that I'm going to put, I've took it all apart, I'm going to put flowers in it. But yeah, dahlias and all different stuff. That's the fence that I took down at the back there, over there. And now someone's shoved something else, so I'm going to do something with it. And there is my beautiful it's a bottle brush, and it comes out in this beautiful red. It's just stunning. And actually it's from New South Wales in Australia. I actually used to have one outside my front door, so when I saw that, I thought I must have it. Then look at the weeds. Look at that. Isn't it funny how weeds grow bloody more than flowers? A cherry tree. And this is sort of where I usually work. Now this is a little project that I'm doing here. This is an old chest. So I'm going to paint it and fill it with flowers, because it's got drainage in. I line it, fill it with soil, put a load of flowers in it, put it somewhere. And there's my beautiful roses, which are nothing's out yet. So this is the area. If anyone got any ideas? I thought about barking it, I thought about doing different things with it. I just don't know. So, and the border fence was next door's old fence that we cut up, and we rebuilt and made a border for it, because I hate to really get rid of stuff, and you know, I like to recycle if I can. So yes, so far this needs work, but my gosh, you'll have to get in there soon with them weeds and do that. So anyway, and then if you stand here, you see it's like a little secret garden up here. I've got great neighbours, and we don't need to have great big fences. It's not good for the environment, it's not good for the wildlife. And I don't know what's happened to my, you know, like old wheelbarrows. I think I paid £1 for that wheelbarrow and painted it, and usually it looks stunning, but I've took it all out now. It's not so great. There's another one I do, so that's coming up a little bit. There's some more peonies there. So yeah, it needs some, listen, it needs attention, and I don't like to pay for gardens. I love gardening, but it's called a time. So yeah, any ideas of what I can do up that top bit, let me know. And that, I just, because we use the garden, this is my favourite area. I sit here, I write, this is where I read. I'm going to have to get rid of that wasp, we'll be doing that in a minute. And then I just sit here and chill. And also this frame, this lattice stuff, was last year also a part of next door's fencing that we took down. And I put the lattice from the top of the fencing together, and we made that. So it's just like a little secluded area. I just love it. I've used bark in here. I don't know if it's a good idea, could do with a bit more. But anyway, so far, so good. See you in a little while. Right, sitting here having a rest. Oh gosh. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film today now, because I've been out here. We're not finished yet. Anyway, I've even had to get changed because it's so hot. This is England for you. 1 minute it's raining, freezing cold. Next minute, we have this. So far, we're getting there. Now this is Ma and Pa. I should introduce you to them really. I've had them years. You know when you have the young grandchildren and you buy things for your garden? Well, these are massive, aren't they? And they used to call them Ma and Pa, and they used to look after the garden. I used to say they used to look after all the fairies in the garden. This is when the kids were younger. Now they're not so young and they don't believe it. So I've had to move them up the top of the garden, or part of it. So they've been moved. And then the wheelbarrows I've sort of done. These are old burning bins. And I just painted them up, and I put in this one what did I call, what's them plants I like? No. I can't think of it now. Dahlias. So I don't know what colour they are, but I put them in there because as I said before, a bloody squirrel kept coming. So I've moved things around. I've trimmed up the trees a little bit. And then this is the box. So when Jeff gets some time, not today, but we'll paint it. We'll do it because we've got the black. What paint is that called? Hammerite on it. Line it. And then I'm just going to put loads of dahlias in it, and it'll look really great because it'll be all black and stuff. And how long have we had this? Oh, it's brought in Australia, so probably 20 odd years. So I've chucked it, was old then, I've chucked away the lid and I thought, no, I'll keep that as a planter. And so that's what we're going to do with that one. All the other little bits are coming through now. Now this is an old sweetheart. If you notice, I use anything, me. And again, Jeff painted it up a few years ago, and I wanted to use it as a planter. So I use a bit for storage and stuff in the bottom. And I planted lots of stuff in there in the spring. So let's see I forget what I plant. And hopefully they're going to be quite full. So I'll show you as it goes on. So far, the garden's looking better, isn't it, Jeff? Yeah. See you, Mum. So we're just on that top bit, and so far so good. Now with the wasps, which I didn't know that wasps built nests, I just thought it was bees. So I've sprayed it. I don't like to kill anything really, but with wasps they can, and there was quite a few of them actually in here. So I don't know if you can see it now. Look at that. So I've sprayed it, and hopefully, because I read in here, because my garden has got lots of shade, so I love to read in here and work in here. And then when the kids come around, the family come around, they sit out there, but it's very hot at the moment. So then this garden is sold. We've been here a long while actually in this property. And then there's the playhouse, and the reason we haven't took the playhouse down, even though the kids are so grown up now they never use it, we just store things in it now, but we love it. And if we took it down, you think, well, what are we going to put there? So I think everyone thinks we've got young kids, but my grandchildren couldn't fit in it anymore. I mean, Taylor was what? How old's Taylor now? Nearly 23. So, yeah. So I think the youngest, Lex, is 11. I think I always get Lex wrong because she looks so older. But anyway, they never go in it anymore. And then a few years ago, our neighbour died. Lovely old Charlie died, and he'd had this shed for many, many years, 30 years. So it's a really good old shed, and it was falling apart when we got it off him. So when he passed away, his son said, look, do you want the shed? So we took the shed, and Jeff painted it for me, and he does all that sort of thing. And literally it cost us nothing, about £50 to do up, put a new, cut the roof down and save the bit that we could, and then just put the liner on it, and we love it. Now usually it's full of flowers, but as I said, with all this rain we've had, and then we had the month, I think, of April had no rain at all, and now we're starting. So hopefully as the months go on, you'll see the garden get better, eh, Jeff? Because usually it looks beautiful. And we sit out here. We don't do much out here, really, but we sit out here. We either come out and you want to film me.
You.
I've had to get changed. Just make sure it's, because I can't see with my.
But here we go.
Right. I've had to get changed because it's boiling.
Right. You've got sunshine.
This is me Benidorm outfit usually, but because no one's going abroad, we're certainly not this year. Try and stick England. Try and support, local people and businesses. And what was I saying? I was saying we do come out here to work, and I come out here to read, because you made me that reading room, didn't you? And to work out here. So sometimes I write my cases out here, sometimes I just write out here, sometimes I just read out here. So far so good. But look, let me show them this wisteria, because I do love it. This is amazing. I love it, wisteria. Anyone knows about wisteria, let me know, right? Because how old was this? 4 years? 4 years.
At least.
I know they say it can take up to 10 years, but I need more patience, don't I really? And
That's something you haven't had.
I've got no patience at all. But I love it. I even love the greenery bit of it. And if that's all I can get out of it, that's it. So come through this way. Now, I've already said about this area. How many times have I dug this? I mean, it was a big area before we put all this in. I've dug this up and dug this up. I don't know how many times. And then I've lined it this time and thought, right, what can we do with it? There's no shade at all up here. We're going to have to put some shade in up here. I've lined it. I don't know what to do. It's difficult to have stones and that delivered here because we've got a long way to our back garden, so it'd be work. But at the moment it's sort of my work area, but I want it to be more. So any ideas, let me know. We love our roses, don't we, Jeff? So we've got loads of roses and stuff. I love trees. We've got an apple tree and we've got a cherry tree, and this is a sunburst cherry tree. You can't see it at the moment with all this, but it's lovely. It's this is the second season, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of it.
2 years we've had this.
But I don't think it grows any higher, but hopefully. But I think last year we did have 2 cherries on it, and we had to get to them before the birds did. So that's this area, and then I've said about this, which now you can see they're actually coming through now, and that is the bottle brush, and it's just stunning when it comes through. And literally the rest of weeds and stuff, and then we've got a little bit of different stuff going on in there. Other than that, that's it. But this area, we've continued to work. How many years we've been working on this area?
Oh, since we got here.
Well, nearly 10 years then. And as I say, I've dug it up and I've dug it up. And then when the neighbour had our old fence in, and we like to recycle, don't we? We recycle everything because you shouldn't throw it on a tip if you can do something with it. Think of the environment. And then we cut it down, that we built this to really give us more assistance with our not digging it up so much. So yeah, any advice really would be good on what to do, because we're sort of stuck now, aren't we, with it, on what to do.
Oh, it was just concrete the whole garden.
Jeff would love that. Now Jeff's got 4 days off.
I
You can't believe it, can you?
I go to work to get days off.
4 days off. First 4 days off he's had off in years. He's really busy. He works a lot in London. He's in construction, so you can imagine he's not had, through this lockdown, he hasn't been off. And so he's had 4 days off, and yesterday we had a nice lunch day, didn't we, in town? We sat in a cafe for about 3 hours and done nothing.
Outside.
Terrible really, outside. We didn't want to go inside, which was great. And then Jeff had Ed round, and you'll meet Ed at some point on here. That's Candice's husband's father. And you watched, what did you watch?
Champions League final.
Champions League final. I left the home, thank God.
It was quite noisy.
I think the neighbours loved it, yeah, really. And I just went out. I actually went to bingo on my own, like Billy No Mates, didn't I? At least I had other things to do. Everyone was busy. I'm like, I need to leave this house with all these men coming round with their football. So I went there. And that's been it, really. And the reason we haven't done much filming is because, one, I've been stuck in this office. I've learnt Premiere Pro. I've learnt After Effects. I've learnt, oh God, so much. A lot more on Canva, so you can tell how the thumbnails and stuff are changing. So I've had to learn all that. So before I could actually do it, I had to research it. Hours and hours of research, as well as researching a lot of cases. And a lot of the cases, I think, what was that one case that took me 2 weeks, wasn't it? That Jeremy Bamber case, White House case. That took a good 2 weeks research. It was a nightmare of a case, really, because of the twists and turns in it. And then with the rain, we haven't done a lot. So you'll be seeing a lot more of us now. Summer's coming. Should I tell them about the camping? Right. So we like outdoors, all right, but we've never really been camping, have we? We have tried when we was in Australia. We did try. We packed up our big 4-wheel drive, didn't we, Jeff? And it was all there, everything, right? And we went from the Gold Coast, where we lived, up to Rockhampton. That's where we was going to drive up and camp all the way, do different things. We stayed in 5-star hotels all the way up and all the way down. We never actually got any of the camping stuff out of the car. So this is what's happened. Now the kids all want to get together and they're going for a weekend camping, so they're breaking us in easily, right? It's got no electricity at all, has it? It's back to basics. So we're going there 18th of June, so you'll see all that. So what I'm going to do there though, because I've ordered the hay bales and I've ordered the fire pit, hopefully the weather's great, and I'm going to do some stories there. I'm going to do one of my crimes there, that I'm going to do an adult one at night, and then I'm going to do a kiddie one for the little kids, and we're going to do some story time around the campfires and stuff for the kids. So it should be fun, but don't expect makeup, don't expect nothing, because you know there ain't even electricity. And Taylor's not going. Now, I must say about Taylor, because usually, whether it's on this channel or on my membership channel on Murder Analysed, we usually have our meetings. And because this week we couldn't do it, because Taylor's had her tonsils out. She's fine. You know, it's a lot different to in our day, isn't it, when we had her. You know, we used to be in hospital for 7 days. She was out the same day. You know, they're
So
saying eat
different
rough
now.
food and stuff and all this. You know, we used to just have ice cream and stuff. I remember it. So anyway, she's fine. She's had it done. So we'll be back on doing more family stuff soon. You will see on this where I've done some filming a little while ago with the kids. Keone had been having GCSEs, and I know I feel sorry for you with your kids with these GCSEs. It's a real stressful time on them. So I was then helping Lexie do the stables, and then Lexie's mate throws not just one stable on or 2 stables on, we end up doing 4. Now then, ask me, Lexie.
What am I asking you?
What am I here? What are we doing?
So why are we doing the stable today?
Why are we doing 3 stables?
Oh yeah.
When we was only meant to do 1, and then
4.
2, and now 4. We've got to do 4. 4 stables. Alright, so 4 stables. And I must just say hello to everybody,
Yes.
because I haven't been on it in a while. 1, because we've been upgrading Murder Analysed, all the staff and everything else. But 2, because we've been a little bit busy, haven't we, babe?
Yeah.
Just doing any more people. Now, what do people have to look for then, Lex, when they're out having to muck out the stable?
The wet straw for all the wee, and
Yeah,
the
I'm sure
poo.
I saw a little bit now. This is quite good. This way to do it. We can't mention the names of the horses, but listen, this is what we have to do. Now, I don't always come down here, so I don't. I used to, didn't
Yeah.
I? Daily. But now with everything else, unfortunately, I can't. But having horses is lovely, isn't it, Lex?
It is.
But this is not. And plus,
No.
we haven't brought boots,
No.
right? Because I didn't have them in my car. Lex hasn't brought her riding stuff,
And then school
Because-
clothes.
school clothes, because we was going to go riding, weren't we?
Yeah.
But she forgot her clothes, and we ain't got really time. And why isn't Keone here still?
She is doing revision at school for her exams.
GCSEs, which are now, people, aren't they, very important?
Yeah.
Because now is the mock,
Is
and the up is going to be used as
Yeah.
part of your thing. So it's now important that she spends more time doing that than she does doing the dirty work. How's that looking, Lex? Do you see any more?
no. Just lift it up to the side, so it's so windy
It
today.
is windy. So we've got 4 stables to do,
Yep.
and then because why am I picking you up? Because your mother
It's at a meeting.
there's
with
a
work.
meeting, and then said I'll go and do it. So this is for the family channel. Lex,
Yep.
say hello to the family channel.
Hello.
Hello. Now, Lexie, I don't know if you would have seen the membership bit. I've told them about your art
Oh yeah.
and your what you do, the Murder Analysed part of it. I don't think there's much else in here, is there, Lex?
No.
Alright. No? We'll straighten that out in a minute. We're just going to see what's in the other ones. Then we'll come back and we'll tidy this one up. Okay. Turn it on, pause, let's go. Right. Now this stable, now we're in the second stable. She's a messy girl, this one.
She is.
She eats well. She eats well. Don't she, Lex?
Yeah, eats a
You
lot.
just know that when you're coming out, there's going to be a lot. So anyone with horses, hey Lex?
Yeah.
This is I don't even think it's a bad part of it. It's the natural part of having horses, isn't it, really? Keeping them clean and well watered, well fed, healthy.
Yeah.
Poo picking. Mucking out stables. I'll just take it because I think she needs a lot of hay in here anyway. They like hay.
Yeah. That's fine now.
You think? Oh, it's good one.
Yeah, just get the tiny bit.
It's definitely a good one. Yeah, so she's a messy little bugger. And this is usually her corner, isn't it? I've got a bit over there. So that seems alright. That seems alright. You've got to sort of hunt for it. Yeah. So, Lexie, how many times a week do you ride?
About 3 to 4.
3 to 4. I mean, actually, long packs out, long rides, isn't it? And then you do this every day?
Yeah.
7 days a week?
Yes.
So horses, and I know people say, I love a horse.
Yeah, lots of work.
It's lots of work. Lots of work. You've got to be quite fit, which Nan is not now as fit as I used to be. How many can have just
Stay fit. Just
put more hay in up and do that after.
yeah, we'll do that after.
And what else? If we're telling people about horses, you've got to do what with them?
We've got to groom them every day, after school and on weekends.
Yeah.
Which is lots and lots of
Poo-pick
work.
fields.
Yeah. And stables. We do the morning feed sometimes as well.
Which is early.
Very early. We have to wake up at 6 and do them at like
But
7:30.
most days after school you're here, and at weekends you're here by what time? About 8?
Yep.
7 or 8? Depends. And you're up nearly all day.
We come down at like 8:30 and then we leave at like 1.
Where?
And after school, if you ride, we come down at like 4 to 7.
Yeah. And then in all that, you've got to do homework,
Yep.
have a personal life, you know, fun life,
No, jobs as well.
and jobs,
It's just-
because they all work
It's fun though.
for Nan, and they love it.
Yeah.
They love it. So anyway, we're going to carry on with this. We'll see you in the next one. Right, this is Lexie doing it. I can't show you Lexie because she's only young, and I've said before that we don't put her on camera. You might see the back of her. Turn me your back, turn to the wall, Lex. As you can see, we're not dressed for it, but we are doing it. But this is how someone with a great deal of experience and youth cleans out a stable, isn't it, Lex? And as I say, this one's a little bit messy. Okay, see you in the next one. Right, so finished stable. No, you didn't check your feed bag. Look, see that feed bag? That's me tying up that feed bag. That all goes to that feed bag. It'll drop right off. I'll leave you to that, Lex. I ain't tied that up right. Anyway, all clean, all done. Doing the last little bit. I don't think she had fresh hay, but all done. So we only had to do 3, didn't we? Anyway, so that weren't too bad. Now we're going to pick up Keone. Anyway, for now, that's as far as we've got with the garden, and we're going to continue on. Probably, we've got the front to do yet. Another couple of hours. So, speak to you all soon. Bye. Okay, we sort of finished. I don't know how long we've been out. We've done the front, we've done the back. He's still over there sweeping. Jeff,
Hey.
be nice.
Always nice.
I'm just going to show him the finished. Well, this was dying. This is our black bamboo, but I had it in a pot. And I know why it was dying, because it was absolutely root bound. I dug it in the ground. So I'll have to watch it really. So you like to spread a little bit, but we'll see how it goes, see if it comes back a bit. I don't know if you can see it because I can't see you. If you can. Anyway, so far, so good. It's sort of, we're getting there. It's been about 5 hours and it's the hottest day of the year, I can't believe it. But we've just had to do it. Everything, unfortunately, had to stop. And what I've done is I have sprayed the wasp's nest took it down, sprayed it, closed the doors. Hopefully that will stop it. So up the top end, he's done all the weeding. I hate weeding, but he loves it. So hopefully, yeah, I've got lots of dahlias and stuff in there. That's what these rings are for when they grow, and they come up usually every year really good. So yeah, so this is my area that now we're concentrating on, really. So as I say, any ideas, let me know. That's the only shade we've got, the umbrella. Maybe a bit of shade wouldn't go amiss. Other than that, we look from here, it's sort of a secret garden really behind here. It is lovely to sit up here, especially when everything's out. And with these raised beds I put in here, usually with all the plants that are in there in summer, this is totally hidden, this part of the garden. So it's really lovely, and the kids love it. They come up here and chat on their phones, or they go and sit in the reading room and they just chill. Anyway, we're done for the day. So, speak to you later.